How do we become better principals? Today, I'd like to start by sharing the story of Kaoru Mitoma's university thesis. He is a Japanese footballer who recently scored the winning goal against England at Wembley. He turned down a pro contract at 18 to focus on the craft of dribbling. Using GoPro head cameras, he analyzed visual information processing to teach himself to best shift an opponent's balance. He learned to look ahead rather than down and to recognize situations before even touching and trapping the ball. He studied which movements, feints, and body positions changed centers of gravity and allowed him to bypass defenders. This personal commitment to self-improvement has made this Brighton player, who now earns £80,000 per week, one of the most explosive and exciting wingers in the Premier League. Explosive can, I reckon, be used to describe a principal's occasional behavior. Some more occasional than others. And having a brand new principal can be exciting, but not even the world's best principal earns 1.78 million rand per term, never mind week. We don't start to become better principals unless we have the emotional maturity and vulnerability to admit that we are far from the finished product, open to listening, learning, and risking in trying to bring out the best in ourselves, our teachers, and our learners. The best principals reflect better. They make sense of their school's burning issues. They put their thoughts into words. They consult, collaborate, refine, and share their vision. For example, at Paul Cassar Primary, we as a team of teachers commit to providing the opportunities, the teaching, and the support to take every learner to their absolute personal best. The Principals Academy exists to guide newly appointed principals to become levers of change in their schools. Our signature intervention is the GSB's Management and Leadership Program. You all know it as a self-mastery and systemic thinking exercise, which offers you the tools to turn professional. I asked my colleague coach, Sue Redlinghuis, to share with us what she believes made her a better principal. Consistent learning and keeping up with local and global leadership trends. I did the WITS Business School Leadership Development Program, equivalent to the GSB, as well as further courses through them relating to diversity and multiculturalism, ethics and governance, and developing leadership theory and practice in the 21st century. This gave me a foundation of knowledge which informed decision-making, risk-taking, stakeholder management, and responsiveness to crises. This ignited a lifelong curiosity in growing leadership in both staff and learners. Keith Richardson, commenting on becoming a better principal, claims that life's frequent and unexpected events and mishaps served to remind him of his vulnerability. This helped to keep his feet on the ground and ensured that there was no swelling of the head. We principals often think we know better. One practical way of bettering one's practice, he says, was by asking for regular written feedback from staff, parents, and learners. That's probably the most important leadership skill, listening. Also, by giving credit, intentionally and publicly, one builds a happy team which drives excellence throughout the school. Keith also lists the need to walk around without an agenda, just talking to whoever you bump into. Not just a hello, but a getting to know you minute, which begins a lifetime connection of mutual respect. Jen Pryor, teacher, coach, principal, is a blogger who supports Keith's approach. Strong schools aren't led from behind a desk. When leaders are visible, it sends a clear message to both staff and students. I'm engaged, I care. I'm here to support what matters most. Culture isn't built from emails or meetings alone. It's built in the everyday moments. Walking into a lesson, encouraging a teacher, noticing a student, being present in the work. As for me, nothing made me improve more than dealing with issues head on, than supporting teachers with initiative, flair, and commitment, than by making an effort to be anywhere that learners were, whether afternoon, evening, or weekend, than actively visiting other principals at their schools and in their offices. I sought out learning opportunities offered by authorities, universities, unions, principal associations. I accepted speaking engagements and panel discussions, and I made sure our school was represented in the broader community. I did much too much. I look back with disbelief at how much of myself I invested, and whether I should have approached principalship with more work-life, family balance. But I got better every day. I wrote a letter entitled Getting Better in June 2024. I want to end with a few of its salient points. Firstly, principals often get better together, just like teachers do. Secondly, to get better, one has to look at what better looks like. And thirdly, what stands out is just how hard it is to get better. Yes, hard. It doesn't just happen automatically with experience. It happens with a plan, a growth mindset, and a willingness to do the work.